Awesome. So we're going to bring up Naomi Clare Crellin. Naomi and I have had a long history of conversations and fun. At Storycraft Lab, they are dedicated to creating experiences and environments that foster belonging. And I like to say that Naomi literally wrote the book on belonging because she did. If you were at IMAX America this year, you got to see it. And I actually have one I should bring in here after she's finished talking so I can show you. It's about 378 pounds. And it is full of hugs, and that's why it's so heavy. So I cannot wait for Naomi to share a little bit about this project. This research has been going on for, I feel like, 2 years or so. Is that right, Naomi?
True, and it's me, but with a lot of friends involved, and I think that's why the book weighs so much. Is that there are lots of humans in there that are contributing their ideas and their hearts, their minds to this work. But yeah.
Incredible. All right, well, I'm going to turn it over to you while I go grab my copy.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you. All right, are you all able to see my presentation screen here?
So tell me a little bit while we're working on this. This kind of came about from the conversation of neurodiversity, or did this come before neurodiversity?
So this, oh gosh, initially it came before neurodiversity. Neurodiversity has been a track that has kind of accompanied us along the way. We initially started our work with Belonging because Google asked us to come in and help them research evolving techno-social norms. And as we were doing that, we heard the topic of belonging come up with such frequency and such volume that we opened up a new state of inquiry into belonging, to understand what it meant. And to do that, we asked people to tell us their stories of what belonging means. Here she is, amazing. She's modeling. Look at that, beautiful.
When I come back on screen, you'll be able to see my book.
I love it. So, this book really comes from all of the stories over the years that have been told to us about what belonging means to different people. And certainly the neuro-inclusion as a component of broader inclusive thinking and universal design was an interesting topic that we've also supported. Yeah. Okay, so today I'm here to deliver the State of Belonging report. Okay to jump in? Sounds good. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to put on my best newscastery voice to deliver this to you today. Here we go, bear with me. Hello and welcome to Storycraft Lab's special report on the state of belonging in 2024. I'm Naomi Clare Crellin, and today we'll be exploring how belonging is shaping our workplaces, our communities, and society at large. Let's dive right in. In 2024, belonging has emerged as a top workforce strategy, over and above those return to office debates. Here are some key findings. A strong sense of belonging drives organizational performance and increases job satisfaction. There are facts tying belonging to engagement, well-being, performance, innovation, profitability, and more. These are now established in 2024, with organizations like Workday stating, "This measurable success serves to prove the business case, illustrating the positive impacts across the board for both the workforce and the business itself," which is amazing to hear. 94% of workers believe that it's crucial to feel that they belong at work. Figures reporting the persistent loneliness epidemic indicate that belonging remains a critical area for business to address as we look towards 2025. Major companies are stepping up their efforts, and they're embedding belonging into their organizational structures, their language, and their measurement systems. Walmart, the largest employer in the US, released a mid-year belonging report examining workforce trends and more recently adopting the belonging terminology as an overarching strategy. Earlier this year, Harvard University released their Pulse survey on inclusion and belonging, and this demonstrates that those methods of measuring belonging are really coming into focus. Also, we're seeing reports highlighting a trend upward in both investment in belonging and measurement of those belonging initiatives. These are all indicators that belonging is certainly here to stay. And that's because the need for belonging persists in what some describe as the belonging paradox. Essentially, that despite all of the progress and adoption of belonging, we're seeing a concerning trend. Employee feelings of workplace belonging have plummeted by 14 points since last year, and only 65% of employees now report feeling that they belong at work. As a result, in 2025, business is concerned with building cultures of belonging in order to unlock the many benefits of belonging, including higher performance and recommendations. For us as experience designers, this focus widens the lens on what experience is, from a single time-bound event to thinking about things in the context of a longer journey. The business initiatives that we're seeing taking place and being planned for currently include conducting comprehensive psychosocial assessments to identify obstacles and barriers to belonging within a workplace, designing intentional engagements, whether that's workplace surveys or targeted training for teams and for leadership cohorts, and then engaging employee resource groups to help drive those bridging activities that empower us in connecting and understanding one another better. So let's take a look at what we've seen in the research coming through from Storycraft Lab in 2024. This year, we've utilized the Wheel of Belonging to collect our interactive survey through 3-dimensional, 2-dimensional formats, and through our newly launched digital app. This research effort collected 670 stories of belonging in 2024, which mentioned a total of 4,355 touch points. The top pathways activated in that Wheel of Belonging survey were empowerment, a pathway of action and ignition, true authenticity, which is a pathway of self-actualization, and love and appreciation, a pathway of recognition. Now, by contrast, in 2023, those top pathways we saw were empowerment, so that's up there again. They also included in 2023 freedom to be and universality. So it's interesting to see that shift year on year. The pathways that I mentioned are all selected because they're activated according to the number of touch points or keywords that are being mentioned in the stories that we collect that are relevant to that pathway. So the touch points themselves are another way of looking at this data set as we get a bit more specific on the kinds of moments we have to design for. So I'm showing here the top 4 touch points that we saw in 2024. Connection and finding your people were both present at the top of the leaderboard in 2023 and 2024. But as a change in 2024, we're seeing a surge in reference to community support and being valued. And those have now moved up that leaderboard into a top 4 status. These touch points all appear more than 20% of the time of frequency in the stories that we collected. So what does this mean for the immediate future as we think about experience design? Well, as we look ahead, belonging will continue to be a critical focus, both for the business and the human reasons that I mentioned. For experienced designers, strategists, and marketers in 2025, this means the following. We're having to spend less time arguing for the benefit or the concept of belonging, right? People seem to understand the justification of why belonging is important now. But we are seeing a need to document, both through kind of intentions and outcomes, the work that we're doing with belonging so that the impact of that can be assessed and it can continue this business attention to the benefit of belonging. So that means having a consistency in your framework and applications and in your reporting so that organizations can benchmark their progress and understand the unique needs of their organization. We refer to that as the belonging DNA. There's a growing recognition that belonging is crucial for addressing societal issues like isolation and loneliness and mental health. And this means that designers are looking closely at the details of interaction design. So here we're not talking about interaction design in the digital sense, but in those micro moments and extended journeys through the workplace, through our social, community, and event settings. So again, really kind of widening the lens on how we think about event and experience. And then finally, in 2025, we'll be looking at those ways to accommodate connection, where stories can be shared, not just told. So storytelling, yes, that's great, but the moment that things really get magic is when you can open up that story sharing. It's about interaction, it's about relationship building, and it's about dialogue. Technology will play an important role in creating more personalized and immersive experiences that allow users to navigate and really kind of find our people, our tribes. Now, there's an important element of this to consider, and that's the role of agency. People yearn to be involved. They don't necessarily want technology to remove the sense of discovery, ownership, and serendipity, but rather they need tech to function as that trusty tool that helps them connect with the joy of exploration and that spark of discovery and finding their people. And then once they've found those people, if tech can help them be better at connecting, talking, listening to one another, then we're really onto a winner. So in 2025, for us at Storycraft Lab, we're continuing to measure and refine the Wheel of Belonging as one of those frameworks for assessing and driving intentional design. We're going to continue to and commit to releasing insights throughout the year from the Wheel of Belonging. And we have white papers available on the papers section of our website at storycraftlab.com. In 2025, we'll also be introducing our audience advocacy dashboard. And that's a place where organizations can look at that data that they've collected around belonging, understand their organization's belonging DNA. And then finally, or by no means least, as Liz mentioned, the Belonging Playbook will also be publicly released at the top of 2025. And we're going to be conducting a roadshow to train facilitators, team leaders, and experienced designers to use this incredible tool set. So if you're interested, drop us a message at belonging@storycraftlab.com. Now, I wanted to leave you with a hopeful prediction that in 2025, as we all embrace belonging by design, we'll see an uptick in the fulfillment and joy pathway. This will be activated when we play, when we get creative together, and gain confidence in the areas that are important to us. So I look forward to tuning in next year to see if my wish came true. So that's all for today. Analysis for this report was brought to you with AI help from Perplexity, Anthropic, Copilot, and Gemini, and by the actual intelligence of all the brilliant humans at Storycraft Lab. So from all of us at Storycraft, we're so excited to see how you create belonging by design in 2025. And we're here if you need any advice or would like to use the Wheel of Belonging. We're just an email away. Happy holidays, everyone.
That, Naomi. Thank you so much, Naomi. Okay, so I just want to show you when you order the playbook, I'm guessing you're going to get the Wheel of Belonging sticker that you can put on your laptop. There is a beautiful notebook or a bookmark so that you can keep tabs on all the pages, and you're going to want to bookmark page 60 because there's this beautiful picture of me in there. So I actually get to be in the Belonging Playbook. There truly were so many brains and so many people that were a part of this. And Naomi and the whole Storycraft team, thank you for putting this together. I know that it has been a long road over the past couple of years, and you've really created something quite magical.